All right, welcome everybody to the RRR247 team conference call. This is the business meeting. This is the big night of the week. Congratulations to all 312 and growing of you that have made it on so far. We love seeing all the new faces. We heard from 14 brand new people again this week. It's a great thing to see. It's a good testimony of the growth that we have and everything that's happening here. But we also love seeing all the different states being represented and show how we're spreading all over this country and into other countries like Canada and soon to come many other countries. We're having a blast. It's a great time. We've got a great thing going here. We're going to share great things with you in a minute. But for all of you brand new people that have never made this Tuesday night call, welcome. My name's Niall Eddy. I live down in Southwest Florida. I live close to the harbor. Waterways all around me, boats all around me, fishermen all around me. I call it almost heaven, South Florida, because I love to fish and I love anything that's got to do with water and fish. So I've been in this industry now for 33 years. I started out as a young guy with just a couple of kids, and now I'm the grandpa that's just having a blast teaching other people. This industry is something that changed my life 33 years ago. I started in the landscaping world and the construction world. And I joined the Army and did a few years there. And then I became an aviation mechanic when I got out of the Army. And when I became an aviation mechanic, I went to work at the airport right away. But it was at that time in my life, after a lot of years of hard work, hard labor, that is still good work ethics in me. But I found myself looking at a brand new career when I was introduced to this industry. And it was only 6 or 7 months after joining this industry that I knew I had stepped into something great, and I was meeting great people and reading the right stuff. And I decided to seriously become a student of this industry because I've seen people living incredible lifestyles because of it. And when I got started, it was just something that I wanted to spoil my extra money to spoil my kids with on the weekend. But when I seen what other people were able to accomplish here, I knew that I could provide for my kids better than I probably ever could as a construction worker or an aviation mechanic. And that has always been my driving force. So a year or so later after that, I was able to walk away from my job and do this full time. And I've been here for 33 years now. It's been a blessing to me. It, like I said, changed the course of my life. I was that dad who got to stay home, put my kids on the bus, take my kids off the bus. I was involved in all of their extracurricular activities, right? My son played football from Pee Wee to high school. I was at every practice and every game throughout all of those seasons. And one of my kids played volleyball and a cheerleader. And then when the high school needed a bowling coach, I was the dad who got to raise their hand and say, I love bowling anyway, but it gives me more time to spend with my kids. So I'll be the coach for the high school. And all of you dads know exactly what I'm talking about. If, it used to be I'd get home just in time to give them a kiss on the forehead, hopefully have dinner with them, and then tell them to go brush their teeth, take their shower, go to bed, and get up and do it again, right? But I was that dad who got to be a big part of their lives. It was a blessing for me. This industry created financial freedom like I never knew before. This industry created time freedom like I never knew before. And I got to raise my family and raise my kids, and now my grandkids, whenever I get to see them, I get to spoil them because I'm still home. I'm still loving it. And even though I've thought about retiring a couple of times, I'm way too young for that. And I like hanging out with the co-founders of this system. I've known them for 29 years of the 33 years that I've been involved here, almost 30 now. And we've done a lot of great things over the years. We have marketed all kinds of different products and services, but we've never had it as good as we have it right now. When I got started and I met them way back in the 90s, I'm not even going to say when. Okay, 1991, I think it was. Because I already told you I've been here for 33 years, right? And I know I've known them for like 29 going on 30. I met Rory first, and Rory was this young guy working at a telecom company out west. And I was an entrepreneur trying to build my business nationwide and doing the mail order program. And I wanted to advertise in more newspapers. And in my mail order program, I needed a voicemail that I could run all of that through one voicemail. And everybody I talked to said, you need to talk to Rory, you need to talk to Rory, you need to talk to Rory. So finally, one day I called this Rory Ricker guy and I told him what I was looking for. And he was just a really pleasant young man that had a lot of passion about what he was doing, loved teaching it to other people and sharing it. because he knew how much it was going to help us build our business. And so I got to know him pretty good because he made that mistake of saying, call me anytime you need help now. And even I had technology issues even back then. So I probably called him every other day for the first 3 weeks, but we got to know each other real well at that time. And that voicemail that he set me up with, not only could I advertise all over the country and run it through one voicemail, I could leave a message to that whole network of representatives that I was building all over the country, all at the same time. Technology that we don't like, kind of like we have today, email, text messaging, all the technology, but we didn't have it back then. We had the old telephone line that was still stuck to the wall, right? That long cord that some of you don't even know about. You can only go so far away from the phone before you reach your limit. But we had Rory Rickard and that software brain of his that loved to find ways and look for future innovative ways to help entrepreneurs build their business and spread all over the country, then spread all over the globe. I got to know him really well. We had a blast with it. But in 93 or 94, when the internet came out and all these computers were hitting everybody's kitchen countertops or home offices or whatever they had, and Rory really found his niche. He left that company, got online, and became one of the very first online gurus because he was the lead generation guru that no one else could match. He always did things the right way. And we've tried other lead generation companies, trust me, but no one could produce the quality of leads that he did or the quantity of leads that he could produce. And he built a following, built a customer base of faithful business people all over the globe, not just this country, but all over the globe. I remember calling him in those early years, and I had no idea what country he was gonna be in. He'd be over in Italy, then he'd come back here for a while, then he'd go to Germany, come back here for a while. And he'd go somewhere else and he'd come back here for a while. He was just flying all over the country, helping a lot of people. And he built an incredible client base that became very loyal to him. And he nurtured every single one of those relationships and took care of everybody for a lot of years. And he did things the right way. And that's why he's still so strong today, was very successful. But a couple years after he got started on the internet and became the lead generation guru, he became the website guru. He started building websites, you guys. And I remember the very first website looked like a flyer on the internet, right? I had an old 286 on dial-up back then. It just looked like a piece of paper with some printing all over it. I was excited when we could add color to it. But Rory was already thinking way ahead. And he was building that page and making it even better. Then came the second generation stuff with a page behind the page and, click to go to the next page. And it just kept evolving and evolving and evolving over the years till it turned into something that you guys see today, which is called a performance blogging system. That is a main page with hundreds of pages inside there that are all relevant products and services that we all get to take to the marketplace and not just build an incredible business for ourselves, but have a positive impact on a ton of other people. Rory's goal when he got started doing this was, touch 10 million families, I think. And so over the last 6 years, especially maybe 7 years, his goal is turned into touch 10 million or 100 million families. And that's the goal of this organization. Get out there, spread across the world, touch 100 million families, take our shot at stopping out poverty, giving people time freedom, giving people financial freedom, helping them dream, helping them achieve whatever their goals are. Whether you just want to make an extra 500 or 1,000 a month, or you want to supplement your retirement income, or you want to change careers like I did, and Stacy did, and Linda, and a lot of the other faces on here, the plan is in place for you. You just got to plug into the system like I did, become a student of the industry and a student of the system like I did. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Follow the steps, stick to the plan, follow the blueprint, and you'll hear Rory say this a million times over the next several months. If he can do ABC and produce XYZ, and we have a system that's a duplicate of what he does, then we can do ABC and produce XYZ. That rings a big bell for me. But this old guy that always has problem with technology, when Rory called me up 5-6 years ago and told me about his training site, and he had all these videos that we could teach to other people in an expeditious way, I dove in there, spent 3 days, studied all of his material, called him up excited and said, my goodness, not only do I finally get this, and I got my head wrapped around this technology, I don't know what I was ever afraid of, but now, Rory, we're really going to be able to help a lot of other people. And he laughed this thunderous laugh that you're going to get to know. And said, I've been trying to tell you that for years. Now let's go have fun and help a lot of people. So that's the kind of person he is, but he's got a partner. There's a co-founder, Her name is Miss Tanya Rickard. That's his wife, his co-founder. A few years after meeting him, I got to meet her and I flew out there for the first time. I met this young mom that's raising 7 children, running several businesses, and is probably the most organized person on the planet, helps keep everything glued together on time and scheduled every minute, every week, every month, every year. And a woman that is now planning things 2 years out for not just for her and her kids and her husband in this business, but for all of us. This is a power couple of people that don't have egos. They have giant hearts, and they want to get together every morning and talk about what they can do to make this system better, to add to it, to help everybody achieve their goals and dream whatever you dream, help you achieve it. So if you're somebody who likes to be a part of something that's that big and wants to help, 100 or maybe even 200 million families around the globe create financial freedom and time freedom, while you're also building yourself an incredible business with relevant products and services that really have a positive impact on the quality of life of everybody we talk to, then you have found your home, and all of us here welcome you with open arms. And we really mean that from the bottom of our hearts. We love everybody. We strive for awesomeness. Those are our core values. We do everything that we can in the kindest way possible to help everybody get to wherever they need to get, and nudge you along and remind you of your goals and keep you focused and stay into a system that's going to always evolve and help you do whatever it is you came here to do. I've known these guys for 29 years. I wake up every morning and I still pinch myself and I say, we get to do this. And that's a catchphrase that came from Rory, something that he said one time, and it meant something from my childhood. We get to do this. Every day we get up every morning, and I think I was telling Monica earlier that I get up and I'm excited to get to my desk, get to work, and see who I get to help. It's a fun thing to be a part of. It's exciting, but it's also lucrative, and it's something that we can build. There's the hat. We all got those hats in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic on our last trip. We get to do it. Every day I get up and say, Rory, we get to do this. We really have all this. We get to take it to the world. And that's an exciting thing to be a part of. So I've got, like I said, 29 years I've known them. I call him my brother. I call her my sister. We are definitely family as well as good friends and business partners. And I'm blessed to be here alongside with them for the rest of my life. So it's my pleasure to introduce to you guys the person that you're really getting in business, the people you're really getting in business with. And that's our co-founders, Rory and Tanya Rickard. And I think it's time for Rory to take the microphone and share some incredible things with you guys tonight.
Awesome. Thanks, Niall. I'm coming to you guys from my headset, and I'm going to have a lot of focus time. We're here in Puerto Rico with family, extended family as well, that has been a big part of this entire RRR thing since its inception. And I got to tell you guys, I know I hint that there's more things coming. Oh my gosh, there's more things coming. And we've been having some incredible meetings. Tanya and I just got back in about 10 minutes before this. This is obviously a priority to be on. We get to talk to the students. Do not miss a Tuesday call. If you miss one Tuesday call, it's like you missed a month of activity. If you miss two, it's like 2 months. You missed a month, it's like a year. There's so much going on, and we've got awesome things to add. So today I have something to share with you guys all. I'm making it a priority to give it to you today. This is something that I've had on my own personal to-do list for over a year. It's actually closer to 18 months. And it's on a list of things that I have. I create what I call wish lists. These are things that I know would make things better in a niche, as you call it, or in a certain area to market. There are always these little ideas I get that would help market one more way and one more thing in one more area. And where we are now, you guys, there's a lot of you that are brand new. That's great. Just keep doing what you're doing. Follow what your instructor is giving you. And those that have been here for a while, this is something I'm going to give it to you. You're going to know exactly how to run with it. And whatever reason, I was given some amazing talents, one of which was to see things in a different way and to see it in the way of a marketer. And I actually analyze things in some different perspectives. This is one of those you're going to see today. I've been putting this together, and I have to tell you that what I'm about to show you is something that has come up over the last 30 years with me and my consulting with a lot of companies. How can we get people to see this? And I put it in my thing. And for me, I'm like, oh, I know what I got to do. I got to do X, Y, Z, and I got to do that. And that takes time. And so we got out here to Puerto Rico and we had our meetings, and we were trying to enjoy the beautiful sun and tropic air and the ocean and everything that's here. But I also get these really amazing creative zones. And in that method, I went to my to-do list, and this is the first thing that caught my eye. You need to solve this now, get it out there. So you guys get to see it for the first time. I was on the phone with Niall, and I was about to tell him what I did. I'm like, no, you can wait. No, you can wait till Tuesday, just like everybody else, so I can explain it and go through it. So I hope you guys are all ready to take notes. We are recording this. This will be on our YouTube station to follow up with. What I'm about to give you should help everybody here, but also help everybody and everybody else that comes in and instructors. This is something that's very, very helpful to help with our new students to understand why adding RRR247 and everything that we do to a family's environment is so vital to help them succeed in the future. This puts it into mathematical proof. Okay, now that being said, most people do math very bad. They don't add things up. They don't contemplate what it actually equates out to. And we just hope we have enough money to get by, for the month or the end of the month, or to get what we need. And we don't budget very well. We don't do a lot of these simple things that seem simple to mathematicians. We don't. And this is just going to shed some light on it, but it's also in a very effective manner, a great keyword to market or key phrase to market. It is also a great article, if you will, to post out to share with others. So you guys have heard us bring this up from time to time. It takes some money to make money. And sometimes we deal with broke-minded people that are looking for a solution, but they're still broke-minded from their environment. And they'll say things like, if it's going to cost money, that's a scam. Or, well, if I got to invest in it, it must not be real. And it makes no sense when you hear them say it, and you can't even believe they buy into it, yet they say it with sincerity, right? I was told that if I have to invest in anything, it's a scam, or, why should I have to pay for something that's going to make me money? Well, that's kind of how this goes, right? Like, you don't walk into McDonald's and say, hey, I want to own you and give it to me. No, you got to buy that business. You got to buy into what they've already established. There's no way to just walk in and get anything for free. So when someone states that, it's just ridiculous. However, sometimes this is better just to match it with actual logic or math. So that's where this goes. Now, I get a kick out of things. We've got a very interesting thing that we put together here. Tanya and I wanted to help the people that didn't have an environment to help them. Big, grandiose scheme of a desire for us. Tanya and I were told we were crazy. No one wants to help people like that because they just spit on you. They just hound on you. They waste your time. That's why there's no one that wants to help them. And you know what? We understand that. We got it. But that's what our calling was. We knew we needed to help as many people as we could to raise them up, teach them how to make an income, teach them how to make the world a better place, because if we didn't, who was going to? And in all these 14 years of us doing this, we haven't seen anybody else step up to do it. If we didn't do it, who was going to? If not us, who? So we did it. And in that path, these things come up. So I'm proud to present you guys with some solutions to that problem and to weigh it out. Now, I'm going to just tell you guys this. They don't teach business ownership in school. They don't teach the tax breaks of owning a business in school. They teach you how to be an employee in school. They teach you how to be a great asset to a business owner that they don't teach you how to be in school. And so if you're not learning it from home, you're definitely not learning it from school. So unless you come from a family of business owners and entrepreneurs, you're pretty much not in an education path to become an entrepreneur or business owner. Somewhat the same thing. Now, entrepreneurs, we know how to do everything. We're the janitors, and we're the accountants, and we're the dreamers and the visionaries and everything else. We'll do every task. We know it's there. Nothing's beneath us. Nothing's above us. We'll figure it out. Entrepreneurism, it's rare. A lot of people say they're an entrepreneur, but they're not. They're just somebody that wants to own their own business, but they're not willing to do everything that it takes to make it work. If they were, there'd be a lot more successful things in the world. Anybody can succeed if they do the right things. Most people just aren't willing to do it. They're not willing to pick up that phone, contact people that could be a good prospect. They're not willing to go that extra effort to make it work. You guys, I've always been really successful. I've also been willing to pick up the phone and call 300 people a day. I've also been willing to wake up early, work all day, go to bed late at night, do it over and over again to achieve what I wanted to achieve. A lot of people aren't willing to do that. You know, they'll say you're lucky when you've been working your butt off 16-hour days for 16 years. You're lucky. No, you worked a plan and you stuck with it. You built something. You better be getting rewards from it because you put a lot of work in, right? And, you know, I have a lot of people that said, Rory and Tanya, like, you guys have the luckiest life. And we look at each other like, we worked our butts off, constantly reinventing and putting stuff in, you know, and you see things go, and some of us are just wired differently. So I wanted to share this information, but not just share it. I'm trying to get more and more along the path of you guys are going to participate in marketing this out with me. Okay. Now, I put an email out for Saturday. Saturday, following the wine ambassador training. Now we have who's doing our training this Saturday? Sheila's been awesome, but she's done. Her month is done. So who has it this month?
For April?
Yes.
I think it'd be, well, wouldn't it be Jen?
Who's doing the wine and dine now?
Yeah.
So is that Sheila again?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's been helping Jen.
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh, we just all get a double treat. Is that what happens?
You're going to get a double dose of Sheila. Yep.
Oh my gosh. Well, okay. Well, that's a win for everybody. That's a win. Okay. So Sheila might be done at 45 minutes. She might be done at 50. Whenever she is done, I'm going to pick up and do training, and we're going to focus on response magic some more. And I'm going to go until I'm going to go about 5 hours. Response magic, the autoresponder, the messages, how we tie people into that is one of the things that is just overlooked here. We're gonna spend a lot of time on that on Saturday. Okay, so put that out there. Here goes. I'm gonna roll out some stuff today. I hope you guys are making notes. This is recorded. I'm gonna go as slow and concise as possible. But like every recording, if you guys say I'm too fast, and you know what, sometimes I am. Pause it. Go back, right? And go forward. If you guys knew me like from years and years ago, I am way slower today than ever. I get very excited and I have a lot to share with you and go through things. Technology allows you to slow it down. Use it. I'm going to go as slow as I possibly dare and get the work done. I get comments all the time like, I can't do it as fast as Rory. Pause it, go back. It's okay. Technology allows you to keep up. All right, that being said, I got so much to show you guys. So I'm gonna share my screen. And here we go. So first, I'm gonna go to this video. It's actually 16 minutes long, and I want you guys to kind of watch it on your own, but I thought about playing it now. So I'm gonna do that for 16 minutes. While this is playing, I want you guys to take some notes, but realize you have it. So I've already shared this right in the chat. Oh, I'm going to right now. So in the chat, I'm sharing this YouTube link, which you're welcome to embed. I'm also sharing my page that I'm going to build with you guys live. Okay. So this is 16 minutes long, and I challenge you all to watch it on your own time, actually, because I need the time to build a page. This is me explaining what the cost of having a job looks like, what the cost of being in RRR247 looks like, and then what the combination of the two looks like. Not only that, I show you how to access this link, right? It happens to be right here. Access this link and how to copy this into your own Google Docs so you can play with the numbers. Okay. Now, I'm just going to show you a couple of things here really quick, right? Now, the cost of having a job, this is something that people just don't understand. And I mean it. I talk to a lot of people all the time. The husband wants the mother of 2 children to help bring more money in. And that means that she's got to go get a job. So she goes and gets a job, and let's say she gets $20 an hour, right? She works 40 hours a week. After taxes and FICA, which I put at 27%, depending on the state you're in, it's probably 32. Okay, but that's fine. You work for this, and then you add up what it costs you to have a job. Here's the gist of it. My video explains it a little bit more in depth, but you got clothing you got to have for that job that you wouldn't need to have if you just stayed home. Transportation and maintenance. You might need another car payment. That could change this number dramatically. Fuel, I mean, the cost of gas and everything, I mean, that's what that is. Coffees, additional food, things that you wouldn't have bought if you stayed at home. Like, you're not gonna go to Starbucks every day if you stay at home, but you know what? You're working in an office environment, the girls go out and get coffee, you're gonna get coffee, it adds up, $150 a month. I put psychology sessions here and I cover that. Like, this might not just be psychology, like as it states. It might be you going out with the girls on Thursday night and dropping $100 at the bar because you got to just like get together and just blow off steam from the office. Whatever that is, I call that psychology. Whether it's professional or non, that's what I call it. Medicated or self-medicated, that's what I call it. Daycare, this number could be even higher. I'll tell you, daycare alone, when most people go get a job, they're working to pay for daycare. So they're literally working to have somebody else watch their kids. If that doesn't add up to trouble, I don't know what does. But that's just where it is. And it's just a matter of not knowing the math, right? And then I put travel, flights, hotel, food and beverage, meals and entertainment, insurance, medical. I put this in here to give a good explanation. Maybe you're like, Rory, we can't afford to travel. Well, that sucks. You should make that a priority. And in the RRR247 family, we have travel and excursions where we go see each other upwards of 4 times a year. So I put this stuff in here and I cover it, but also what you guys know, it's like variable. But here's the situation. It's kind of crazy, right? You work for $20 an hour for 40 hours a week, you're losing money. If you're doing any type of vacationing or like mood altering, excursions, you're losing money if you have daycare. I mean, you just $20 an hour, you can't make enough to cover all your costs. This is why you never get ahead, right? Alter it. Sure, I'll make it $30 an hour. $30 an hour. I made $746 a year. Not even 55 bucks a month I made to do all that work and put my kid in daycare. Like, when does it become justified to put your kid in daycare? $50 an hour? $50 an hour? Oh, okay. I made $3,000 a year, $500 a month. Yes, I made that much working my ass off for 40 hours a week so that someone else could raise my kids. This is true math. You can't argue with it. It's numbers. And this is something that's good to play with and show somebody. Now, the next one is the cost of RRR247. You can play with it. My video goes over it. When you're doing something like what we do, it makes sense when you're making more money and just gets better and better because we get to write off things. We get the benefits of business ownership. So I put the cost in here, our PBS hosting, and this is our standard hosting. It's $13 a month. Anchor offer number 1, $130 a month. Anchor offer number 2, $90, $29.95 for the anchor offer number 3. And this says you have internet and cell phone. Okay. My internet costs more. We have a commercial account of the house because we do so much, but that's fine. It's all there. There's other things you can write off there too. And then we have our other descriptions. And the thing is, clothing, transportation, all this other stuff, a lot of this you can write off. Now, I'm not going to go that in depth on this here, but you can. You're a business owner now. You can write things off differently. Then we go over to the income. if you've got Google AdSense, you're posting ads on a regular basis, it doesn't take long for you to start realizing $10, $15 days. If you're not, you don't have enough ads out there, you're not doing enough social media, you don't have enough content direction hitting. But this is a realistic number, and we're going to spend a lot more time on the Google AdSense front in the next training. But there's that, and then anchor offer number 1, anchor offer number 2, anchor offer number 3. If you're participating as a solid student, feeding, B marketing, and or you're doing the instructing, and you're not bringing this type of income in, you're just not working it properly. Like, this is what we created it, okay? And that's, this is bringing 2 or 3 people into wine a week. This is 2 or 3 people into, Bella Vita a week, and the way that builds, the watches. And we have our private affiliate network. We have people making like thousands of dollars a month now in the stuff we do with Cash Network Direct. There's bigger and bigger projects coming. We're adding more. There's awesome stuff we keep adding in there. That's there. Other affiliate income, that's like your RoboForm, your Sephora, other things like that. Adds in there. It adds up. And then the IBO, obviously, $750 a month is $750 a month, right? So all these things are part of the income streams that we have in RRR247. And if you're building things properly, you're contributing to all of them at the same time, and it starts kicking in. But you can see where the numbers come in. We get to write things off. Our net income is way better, and then the taxes come after our net income. But these expenses can be a lot more than this that we write off against taxes based on things that are in here. And that's something for people to understand. As a business owner, I have a lot more freedoms with my income before I pay taxes, if you will, than if I'm a W-2 employee. W-2 employees pay the most tax possible. They pay it on the gross income, not their net income after expenses, like a business owner does. Major difference. And this just lets you allow to play it. Now, there's the best of both worlds. Maybe you have a job and you get W-2 income and taxes taken out, and you're part of RRR247. That's where this comes into play. And this is the best of both worlds. You put your cost to have your job, put stuff here, because the way we build businesses, you can take advantage of both and just have way more income at the end of the day to live on than if you were just an employee. And I kind of spell it out for people to do the math. And here's a spreadsheet to do it. I spent a lot of time on this particular trip to knock out this to-do list and build this out. Okay, so the video explains it, enjoy it. And now I'm going to go back to my page of building that page out. So this is my Rory3.com true cost of having a job page. I'm going to build this out. I got it here. I found a really good image that I liked. And so I went with it, right? And I'm on this page, and I shared this again in the chat. It's Rory3.com/true-cost-of-having-job. This is what I would call a headline ad, or a headline page, or an article page, right? Okay, so now I got Rory go. That's for me to type, and I start putting my stuff in here. This is a video that I did explaining how to access that Google board. Sorry, that Google spreadsheet, and an explanation of the Google spreadsheet. So now my job is to get people to understand there's a better way to do things than just having a job. That's what I'm going to talk about here. I got 20 minutes to get that done, and I'll post this out and get people's awareness of it. Now, I have a couple options to get them to come back to me, and I'm going to share that first one here. You should have Google AdSense. You should have Response Magic. These are components of the PBS that we teach, right? So when I go to Rory3.com, on the right-hand side, I've got this register to be updated. I've got Google Ads everywhere. This thing is monetizing, it's running. I want them to register on the right. Anything I do, I want them to connect with me in a way that I can follow up, drip on them, connect them to me in the smartest way possible. And that's where Response Magic comes into play. So much so, I'm going to be teaching on it this Saturday, even more. So being that I want them to do that, I'm going to tie that into my article, right? So I'll start out even here. Put that as a headline there. And I'll do my little opening statement. My meta description down here, right? I got my slug. I'm going to keep that long key phrase because I like that. It was like an article. I want to make it more of an article driven thing. Okay, so somewhere in here, my readability is not great. Subheadings and sentence length. So I'm going to work on that. These are always the things that come up with consecutive sentences. So I like what I said. I got 15 minutes left on the hour, so let's go to that. Consecutive sentences. There we go. Okay, so added to that, more along the actual mission we do. And I got transition words. I have the limit word that sentence length. Okay. Subheading distribution. So I'm going to come right here. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to do that as a heading. I'm green now already, right? But doesn't mean I'm done. I want to finish off the message I wanted to do. I'm going to go to color, text, make that blue. All right, so I've got all that done. I'm going to go ahead and delete this. I've got my one little image. I don't have like a link to call to action. I'm not sending it to my blog with Rory page, which I could do. Anybody could do. I'm asking them to come to me, fill out the email thing, and come to me. If they really want this and they like where this is going, they can get contacted to RRR247 different ways. But we want them to come to you, put a response back. If you're an instructor, great. If you're not an instructor, you're going to take this person, add them to your V marketing Trello board, and hook them up with your instructor. Believe me, your instructor knows what to do. Your instructor knows to get with them, get them going, and so forth. All right, so I'm going to hit update. This page is done. I'm going to come here and hit copy, backspace, paste that. I'm going to hit enter and pull up the page. This is the page I just wrote, right? This page is done. It tells them to go here to sign up. There's a video they can watch. I don't like the size of that video, so I'm going to come back to this. I'm going to look at it right here. And I really want the width to be 560 by 315. Perfect. I'll hit update. I'll come back here. I'll refresh it. Now that looks way more attractive on the size. I'm gonna look at everything else. That picture looks great. My ads flow in there, no problem. This is now the article I want to post, and I'm gonna go share it on Facebook. So I got 10 minutes. Let's go put it out there. Now I'm gonna go to Instagram. I'm logged in already. We'll see it pulls up. Great. I'm gonna hit home. I want to do a new post. I'll hit plus. I want a photo in here, so I'll hit select from computer. And I got this job search. So I added this job search under the Dropbox RRR247 PBS files under number 20, mentor and mentoring job search. I'll go ahead and put that in there. In the caption, right? lot of words, put that there. It's great. I'm gonna hit share. This is on Instagram. Post has been shared. It's out there. And whether you have one Instagram follower or thousands like us, just keep posting it like it is, like there. I'm gonna go to Facebook next. And anytime I write a good article, I do this anyway, but I'm gonna have fun with Facebook, right? Because I can. So I'm gonna go to photo and videos. I'm gonna do the same ad of photo or video. I'm gonna do the same job search one, right? So perfect. I'll put that on here. Sometimes I like to put a picture of myself. It's okay to self-promote. It's fine. I'm gonna put that on here, and then I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna put, so you have a job. So you think right? I'm having fun with this post. So I wrote this all up. I show you guys all this because you can duplicate what I'm doing. Not a problem. I'm going to keep it a little slow here so you can see what I wrote. You can make your own version of it, right? And this is just me off the cuff because I'd like to show you guys how I do things live. It's not necessarily, it's not like it's unpracticed. It's practice. I write things like this all the time. What I did do differently today is I created the spreadsheets, the usable, shareable spreadsheets, so that people can say, oh, that's not how it works. I'm going to prove it to you wrong and go do the math. And then they're going to realize, oh, the guy's right. Holy crap, the guy knows what he's talking about. That's what's there. So I'm going to go ahead and add this. I'm going to do my post. Wait for it to show up. There it is. I'm going to come down here to comment, and I'm going to paste the comment. Now, I got to do this a couple different ways. And that was a funny one. I'm going to come here. I'm going to switch my profile. You guys don't all have two profiles, but I do, right? I'm going to go to Rory Rickard, which is where everybody's at that's connected here. You guys should all be connected to this too. I'm also going to do it there too. And same image. So I'm gonna put my little message on there. Okay, another whole thing to say. Same image. I'm gonna hit post. And I'm also going to go to the bottom of my post and do a comment. Oops. So put that in there. So on the bottom of my comment. That's Facebook. I am going to go to Twitter. Log into my Twitter account. Posting my stuff out there. I'll hit home. I'm going to do a tweet. Okay, sharing that link out there on Twitter. I'll tweet that out. And it's also a great thing to post. So I am going to go to classifieds for free. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. Okay, I'm going to go there really quick. I was on here earlier today and they were down. Yep, they're still down. No problem. So I just go to the next one. So US net ads. And I'm going to come here and just go to free online advertising. Great. Nate's on. So we'll pass that over. What are the PPPPS hour next? URL in. I do an ad. There's that. I'll put my name. I really should be charting that I'm doing these. I don't have time to show you guys that, but I'll do that. And I do want to put an image in here, right? So I'm going to go to image. And I'll use that job search one for now. Right? Hot web ads. I need to put a category. This is opportunity, home business is fine. I'll submit that. There's a copy of my ad. I'm going to keep this here so I can show everybody. I'm going to go ahead and share this ad right here. And I'm going to come here into the chat, and I'll share that for everybody as well. There's my ad. So you guys can see my ad copy and post that out there as well. I'll give you guys all a chance to see that. It's the link up here above. So you guys have it, you can copy it, and you'll see that actual link. There we go. All right, so stop my share. I'm going to come back on here with everybody and say, you know, it's the end of March. We got awesome momentum building. This is the end of our first 90 days, really, of the year. we build things in 90-day cycles, and we just keep focus on it. So the results we're getting, through this 90 days came from the previous 90 days. And what we've done this first quarter, we're going to be seeing the second quarter, and we're going to keep pushing things forward. What I just gave everybody today, hopefully, is a really good understanding. In the ways that we market as a business owner online, our overheads, a lot of which that we already are paying for, but that we get to cover, means that our profits are a lot easier to attain than if we were to have a standard JOB. I'll tell you, us entrepreneurs, the ones that see it the right way and understand the math, you couldn't pay me enough to work for you, because by the time I offset the taxes and all the expenses of me to have a job, you better be paying me hundreds of dollars an hour. It's not worth the time, because I can use the same energy being an entrepreneur and marketing online. And even if I make less, I really get to keep more. So my profitability is easier to attain. Now, for those that are in a job and you already got overhead and bills, well, you do RRR on the side to build it up and get ahead. That's what this allows you to do. And do the math. Do the math. Numbers speak for themselves. Numbers don't lie, they say. All right, that being said, it is time to close this call. Thank you for being on the Tuesday call. We have awesome things to bring out. Don't miss a Tuesday. There are some incredible things coming. I'm going to say good night. God bless. And for everybody else, stay on for the PPPS hour. And I'll see you guys on Wine Wednesday tomorrow. Bye for now.